Hi, everyone. This is Diana Palm, the Love Witch, and this is the Awakened Empath podcast, the show for empaths to awaken to their full potential by using their spiritual gifts to go from being haunted to being a healer and really empowering themselves and living a purposeful life. No matter if you're new to your spiritual gifts or if you're a seasoned professional, you will learn how to be a more awakened empath. I've been helping empaths develop their spiritual gifts for over 30 years, and I'm really excited to be able to connect with you like this through this podcast and help you to really ground and center into your own energy and really turn your empath abilities into a strength instead of a weakness in your life. Some of the things that I get asked a lot are, what is an empath and how do I know if I'm an empath? So I'm going to give you a few tips here that you can actually check in with yourself and see if this resonates with you. Number one, do you feel other people's feelings all the time and take on other people's problems as if they're your own? This was one of the earliest signs that I knew I was an empath. But when I was growing up, we didn't have the term empath, and we certainly didn't know what empathic abilities were or to the extent that they could affect our lives. So I grew up feeling very disempowered in my own empath abilities. I constantly absorbed other people's pain and suffering. And it wasn't until I was much older that I really learned how to tune in with my spiritual strength and how to protect my spiritual energy and separate myself from the pain and suffering of others. I had been taking it all into myself. I could be 5 minutes into a conversation with a friend and suddenly feel all their pain, emotional pain and physical pain. So if you're an empath and you're feeling emotional pain and you're feeling physical pain, I really am happy that you're here so you can begin to get the tools and training that you need to turn your empath abilities into a positive in your life instead of experiencing your empathic abilities as a negative. Number two, do others say that you're too sensitive? I can't even tell you how many times I heard this growing up. I come from a large family, and my siblings would always tell me, "You're too sensitive." And I really didn't know what that meant, because when you're naturally sensitive, you're tuned in, you're plugged in, and you're empathic. You're feeling and absorbing everything going on around you from all the people in the room. So that is very overwhelming, and it takes quite a lot of effort to become aware that that's what's going on, and skills and abilities to overcome it, rebalance, and really recognize what is your energy, what belongs to somebody else, and what belongs to you. Was I too sensitive? Well, compared to people in my family that were not empathic, I may have seemed overly sensitive because I literally felt all of their feelings, including my own. But this is not a bad thing. This is a good thing. Those feelings that you have been feeling your whole life as an empathic person, this tips you off to how everybody around you is feeling. And when you learn to use this in a positive way in your life, this will really position you as somebody that can help others, lead others, and stay in your own energy. This is a gift. It is a gift to be that sensitive. And it's a gift to be able to feel things as deeply as you do. Empathic people love. Empathic people have so much love to give. We feel love very, very deep within our bodies, and we are loyal to that love. Many people out there will not understand that because they simply don't feel things as deeply as we do. But honey, this is one of your most beautiful spiritual gifts. And when you find the right people in your life to love, you will be so thankful that you are an empath. The next question I have is, do you feel overwhelmed in crowded spaces? As an empath, I can tell you that as much as I love to go out and mingle and see my friends and have that social interaction and have some fun and let my hair down, I need to withdraw for a long time afterwards. I simply cannot do that day after day. In fact, I choose to work in a career where I'm mostly in my home and not out mingling in the public. My favorite time to go to the grocery store is 10 o'clock in the morning when nobody else is there. I often go to restaurants during off-peak hours so I can have privacy and intimacy with whomever I'm eating with. And I love to do activities with people that are more intimate rather than with a large group. When people invite me to parades, I don't want to go. When people want to hang out at the mall, I don't want to go. Too many people. I'm not the person rushing in to go to concerts and be elbow to elbow with people because I'm absorbing their energy. Empath, this is why you like to be isolated. This is why you like to withdraw, take naps, go back home, not mingle, not socialize, because you're recalibrating your energy. Every time you're around people, you're naturally absorbing them into you. And this can be draining. It can be exhausting. And the recalibration, it's actually necessary for you to restore your own vitality. If you can identify with saying yes to these 3 questions that I asked, then you are an empath. And it's high time that you embrace this and turn it into the biggest blessing of your life. Why is it important to know if you're an empath? Because empaths are highly sensitive people, and you're going to be susceptible to taking on everyone else's feelings and energy. This can make you feel overwhelmed, drained, and even make you feel sick. I've been empowering empaths for over 30 years and teaching them how to use their empathic abilities to become stronger in their own lives. This is usually accomplished by teaching the empath what their abilities are for and how they can activate their dormant abilities to become a powerhouse in their life and position themselves as a healer and a leader. Yes, you heard me right. Your empathic abilities are a strength. The first time most people come to me is when they're experiencing hauntings. It's easy to feel like a victim and that the world is against you when you're experiencing this kind of supernatural activity. But I find that it's usually the beginning or the acceleration of your spiritual gift development. And this is why spiritual attacks often serve as spiritual awakenings for empaths. They are by design to get you on your path. They are by design to get you to really tap into your empathic abilities, your spiritual gifts, and to position yourself in life in strength in a place of leadership. This means you have a calling, and you have a calling to help people. Some other signs that you're an empath may be having a lot of vivid dreams where you see in color and your dreams are very layered with plot twists and lots of characters. You may even know things ahead of time or have a general sense that things are about to change. You're most likely very affected by the moon phases or by retrogrades. And unfortunately, relationships may have been very troubling for you up until this point. You may have even attracted one narcissistic partner after the next. But don't worry, it's not your fault, and you can change this. It's time for you to stop feeling like a victim or overall feeling unempowered, whether that be financially, in relationships, or anywhere else that you're experiencing this in your life. Here are some things you really need to know that can help you maintain your energy and stay in alignment. You're going to want to learn how to spiritually protect yourself. Find time alone, ground yourself out in nature or through meditation. Be very selective who you spend time with, even if they're family, and especially if they're negative or controlling family members with toxic personalities. This will be very hard for you to be around as an empath, so be sure that you're doing extra clearing if you've had to spend time with them. Watch your diet. Empaths are very sensitive to different dietary toxins, so do your best to reduce your sugar, excess dairy, watch your drinking. Try to maintain a healthier lifestyle by adding lots of extra greens into your diet. Create boundaries that are healthy for you. Recognize when your energy is being drained and allow yourself to leave a situation regardless of where that is. This is your body actually alerting you that you've taken on something that doesn't belong to you, and it's asking you to withdraw or retreat to go recalibrate. Now, in later episodes, you'll learn how to actually recognize that and turn that into a power move instead of having to withdraw. But when you're early into recognizing that you're an empath, just go ahead and excuse yourself and give yourself that time away to recalibrate. Make sure that you're spending a lot of time in nature. Nature is one of the most natural healers that will really help empaths to balance their own energy and clear any negative feelings or thought forms that they absorb from others. Meditation is always going to be helpful for you. Taking long, hot baths, snuggling with a cat or dog, or even gardening, getting your hands in the dirt and nurturing something. This is really important because, like I said, empaths are lovers. Empaths love very deeply. So the more things that you can have around you to nurture and to care for, the better. There's one more thing that I would like you to know. It's okay if your family has not understood you up until this point. It's okay if your friends have not understood you. Now you know what you are, and that is the most important thing to becoming empowered, confident, and strong with your spiritual gifts activated. Here at this podcast, you are going to be surrounded by all other empaths, people just like you. And me, I'm an empath. I'm an empowered empath. And I really look forward to helping you become empowered too. Tuning in with the Empowered Empath podcast. To reach your full potential as an empowered empath, be sure to check out my online courses and private healing sessions at www.dianapalm.com. And be sure to share this podcast with an empath that you know and love. We'll see you next time.